Welcome to lesson 4 in your letting go course. So we've gone through breath and release, our spiritual, our highest intention, and last week we did gratitude, and well done to getting to this point. I hope you've been developing those great habits of a morning meditation and your daily mantras to really start rewiring your thinking, your feeling, and your biology so that you can really enter into a state of surrender. Now, I'd like to share with you an experience I had with surrender. Now, there are many times where it's been just useful in daily life, an upset or a negativity comes up and I'm able to feel it and surrender it. But really, in the pathway of surrender, and if you want to go much deeper into it, check out Dr. David Hawkins, his teachings, and Letting Go, the Pathway of Surrender, because this really takes you deep into where it's actually taking us. Now, essentially, it's leading us to our own enlightenment, to our highest levels of consciousness. And I've been working on this for a while, since 2014, as you remember. And there was this one time where I was driving, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this condition of surrender just came upon me like a revelation, where all thoughts, emotions, all sounds, all images, everything just started to be surrendered and let go, let go. In a given moment, I felt no attachment to the past nor the future. I just felt fully present. My awareness just opened up, and it was like I could see an infinite black and white space whilst being in this world. I had to pull over because it was quite overwhelming. And it really felt like an overwhelming state of joy and love and peacefulness. Now, it almost felt as though it was like the pathway back to God. And in that moment, there was no problems, no worries, no stress, no strain, just absolute joy and peacefulness. And that's what I wish for you. That's what I wish that these lessons, these courses will help you to experience. That innate lovingness, joy, peace, and openness. It felt like an infinite place of potential and joy. It stayed for a while, but it went away. I mean, that's like what this pathway is. You go up and down and up and down and around, you have experiences. But yeah, that was something that happened for me. Now, the reason I share that with you is just so you have an understanding of where we're going with this. We're trying to move into our inner nature. And this week is about feeling, sensations, and in summary, feel it to heal it. Now, what does that mean? What we want to start to be able to do is to actually feel things as they arise. As an emotion comes, from within, or potentiated from, or triggered from something without. Now, on a side note, we always want to keep in mind that any emotion that we have is our problem or our responsibility. A lot of the time, habitually people will blame external events for their condition. This person made me feel that. She makes me angry. He makes me sad. The weather, the rain makes me upset. Now, as long as we keep putting the responsibility of our inner emotional condition on external events, we're going to suffer and be thrown around eternally. So we want to start to take responsibility for our inner condition, our feelings and our sensations, and take ownership of them. Meaning, feel it to heal it. Let it come up. Don't project it onto someone else and say that they're making you feel something. Sure, they may have been the trigger, but that is something inside you that you're feeling. So, an example I can give is there's this movie, I think it came out in 1990. It was called Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. People from my era might know that movie. And the actor was Jason Scott Lee, and he was playing the character of Bruce Lee. And he kept having these recurring dreams of fighting this large, demonic character. He was dressed up like a samurai, and he'd always choke him and beat him up. And then one day in his dreams, one night, it must have been when he was dreaming, he confronted it. And he took it on and he actually strangled it. He didn't suffer from it. The reason I share that with you is because that's very much what this is like. We need to be able to confront our emotions, be able to sit with them, to confront our angers, our fears, our doubts, our worries, our complaints, our resentment, our shame, our stress, our anxiety, to really sit with it so that we can start to surrender it. Rather than having a drink or distracting ourselves or watching TV or doing anything that takes your attention away from facing what needs to be let go of. So in feel it to heal it, what I mean is that, for example, if you're sitting down, feel your bottom on the seat. You can feel that, it's a sensation. What I'd like you to start thinking of your emotions and upsets, meaning the ones that you want to surrender, I'd like you to start thinking of them as sensations. Just like you feel your backside on the seat as a sensation, when a stress or an anxiety comes up, actually observe the sensation in the given moment. A lot of the time we're actually putting perceptions and thoughts and making something more than it really is. So for example, perhaps you're feeling an energy of fear. And when that fear comes up, you're like, I'm fearing because of this that I've got to do, or I'm fearing because I've got to jump off this bridge, or I'm fearing because I've got to meet with this person, or this energy gets projected onto things and we start to label it and think about it. I'd like you to try to take yourself out of all the labels and the words and actually feel the sensation. So perhaps there's a shortness of breath, or sweaty palms, or a weakness in the knees. The actual sensations of the energy, not the perceptions, thoughts, and labels that you're putting on it. By putting the labels and the words on top of them, you're making another layer to actually deal with the energy itself. So when these energies do come up, whatever it might be, stress, anxiety, fear, doubt, let the sensation be there. Let go of the thoughts, labels, and ideas around it, and actually sit with the sensation itself. Feel it to heal it. As you feel it, you actually allow that energy to spend. You're being conscious of that energy. You're not going into a daydream story around why that energy is there. You're actually looking at it. Now, as you sit with it, think of it like this. You have a big can of gas, yeah, which may represent stress. And you cut that can, and then that gas starts to come out, that stress gas. We're looking to let out all that gas. Now, the way to let it out is by actually feeling it so it can release. There's a difference between feeling it to heal it or letting it be there than there is expressing it and projecting it. So, for example, if an energy of anger comes, if I start yelling at someone and punching him in the face, that's more expressing it, which may even feed it to become more later. Whereas if I can let that energy be there without expressing or repressing, without distracting myself with alcohol or drinks or friends or TV, actually being with that energy and letting it be on the energy body, be on our actual space, let's say. If I can actually let it be there, then I can let it spend. Dr. Hawkins actually says, you open the barn doors and all the animals run out. And you're wanting to let them run out without running with them. So, feel it to heal it. I want to take you through a meditation which will give you an experience of what I mean by that. And then we want to practice that throughout the week as well. Now, the mantra for the week we'll talk about at the end. And it'll be something like, I am present, I feel myself as I am. And the reason for that is, we'll tweak it at the end. But the reason for that is that so you can start to actually be with what is, not with what you think is. A really interesting saying which I found, which was quite useful, is just because you think it, it doesn't mean it's true. Just because you think it, it doesn't mean it's true. So we're trying to detach from the labels, the ideas, the projections and perceptions we put on actual feelings and energies as they arise, and deal with the actual energy itself. Once we're able to let go, release, and dissolve those energies, we can step into that elevated energy of our spiritual intention, that love, that connection, that wholeness, that sense of gratitude, which is more our own very nature. So, let's begin. Sit down comfortably or lie down and close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. And feel your body. With each breath you take, feel yourself going deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Any sounds you hear outside of your space will only help you to go deeper and deeper into your meditation. Now feel your feet. Feel the soles, the toes. Feel the whole of both of your feet. Now, feel your calves and shins. Still breathing deeply into the belly as you now feel your knees. Feel your thighs. Feel your hips. Feel your belly and your lower back. Feel your chest and your upper back. Feel your shoulders and arms. Feel your elbows and your forearms. Feel your hands and fingers. Feel your neck and head. Now, feeling your whole body. As you feel your whole body, know that you are safe. Any emotion or feeling you've ever had hasn't killed you. So just feel the sensations of the whole body. Now as you rest your awareness in the sense of the body, bring to the awareness some situation or event or relationship which may bring up some form of upset energy. Whether it's an anger, fear, resentment, complaint, bring that relationship or event to the mind. And as you do, let the energy of that event or person sit in your space without repression, suppression, without projection. Just let it be there. Feel it. Feel it so that you can heal it. Know that you are safe, and that energy is just spending, releasing like gas out of a can. Know that it can't hurt you. And it's just a sensation. Take away all labels or projections, ideas and perceptions, and let the energy just be there now. Let go of the person or event and just let the energy rest. Take deep breaths and observe the sensations. Observe the feeling. if you find an inner sense of resistance, you can bring to the mind a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to feel this energy which needs to be let go. Now bring yourself into a state of gratitude and also feel the energy of your highest intention, like a soothing balm washing over your body. And mentally repeat to yourself, I have the strength to feel what needs to be healed. I have the strength to feel what needs to be healed. I have the strength to feel what I would like to heal. I have the strength to feel so that I can heal. Once again, take some deep, conscious, and comfortable breaths, bringing your awareness back to your body, bringing your awareness back to the room you're in. And whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. So, our mantra for this week, and look, these mantras are your mantras. I'm giving you a template which you can evolve and make into what works for you. But what I would suggest is, I have the strength to feel so that I can heal, which will open you up to actually being present to the sensations of the actual emotions and energies that you'd like to let go of. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below, and I look forward to seeing you in our next lesson.